Hey guys, welcome back to the Charismatic Nerd. So today we're gonna talk about something that most, if not all, nerds suffer from. So let's get right into this one. Whenever you're faced with a challenge, what do? If I had to guess, you probably start thinking. But this isn't any type of ordinary thinking. This is the type of thinking where you refuse to take any action until all possibilities are thought through. Basically, you're just thinking until you're failure proof. Then by the time you realize, you're too scared to execute your brilliant plan because one simple mistake could unravel it all. So you go back into thinking into that vicious cycle again. So if this sounds like you and you're sick and tired of overthinking and not getting anything done, then in this video, I'm gonna show you a very simple cure. Keep in mind, this isn't gonna be some alpha guru gimmick. No, what I'm gonna show you is going to be a solution that you're going to naturally learn. It's not going to be pretty, but it's going to make sure that your overthinking doesn't ever hold you back again. So what is this very simple cure? Well, it's learning a combat sport. I know, I've said this a million times in my past videos, but I'm just gonna go a little deeper as to why. You have to realize when it comes to combat sports, there are countless benefits. Just 1 week of boxing made me feel like I could take on Andre Ward, Lomachenko, Dwayne Johnson, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and the list goes on. Anyways, but when you take part in combat sports, you learn very quickly that overthinking is very harmful. When it comes to combat sports, you have to quickly think on your feet, you gotta roll with the punches, and you have to keep moving forward, even if you're hurt. And like I said, if you choose to overthink, you're gonna get yourself seriously hurt. Nobody can really afford to overthink when it comes to fighting, sparring, or any activities in combat sports. Let me tell you a story. So the first time that I joined a boxing gym, I saw that there was two types of classes. There was the recreational and the competitive. So I thought to myself, you know what, I'll spend 2 to 3 months in the recreational class and then I'll go to the competitive class. So after 2 months, I followed my plan, did 2 months of the recreational class and then went to the competitive. And then in the competitive class, this is where you're allowed to do sparring. So I made sure to grab all my gear and put them on and get ready to go. And so when it comes to sparring, it's in 3-minute rounds. And when I first saw that, I was like, 3 minutes? Okay. So I got my gear on, I got my partner, and the bell rings. So I was thinking to myself, if my opponent throws a jab, I'll do this. If he throws a 1-2 combo, I'm gonna do that. I was thinking through all the possibilities of what my opponent's gonna do. And while I was thinking, I was getting my ass beat. While I'm getting my ass beat, I'm thinking, what do I do? What do I do? And I had so many conflicting thoughts. One was saying, get into the fetal position. Another one was saying, abort, abort. One thought was saying, just do something, just do anything. As all these thoughts are just circling in my head, I'm thinking to myself, please let the round be over. Please let the round be over. And when I took a look at the clock, only 1 minute has passed. At that moment, I knew if I didn't do something, I was gonna die. So what I did was I just put my hands up, just ate all the punches, tried to move, tried to dodge, but for the most part, for the next 2 minutes, I was just eating all the punches that guy was throwing at me. That was by far the longest 3 minutes of my life. And that one round of sparring taught me a very valuable lesson, that you can't overthink in life. Because when you overthink, you're gonna be slow in reacting, life is gonna pass you by, and you're gonna miss out on so many valuable experiences. And the funny thing is, I started getting better in sparring when I stopped thinking and just started going with the flow. And this is when my reactions became a lot smoother with whatever my opponent was doing. Mind you, I still got my ass whooped, but every sparring session I was getting a little better. The same goes for life. You can't overthink. You have to get in the ring and endure whatever life throws at you. And over time, you're only gonna get better and better. And you're gonna realize how useless it is to overthink. Let's take this idea just a little deeper. Say you're afraid of talking to a girl. Reading all the pickup books in the world are not going to help you. Instead, going out in the real world and talking with women will be the best remedy for you. Yes, you will get hurt and maybe even embarrassed at times, but what the reward is that you'll get an enjoyable love life. That seems worth it to me. The reason why we overthink is we have this utter fear of failure. You want to think through things so that you know that you'll be safe. But as the great Mike Tyson once said, everybody has a plan until they get punched. You have to realize that overthinking is a sign of failure. So if you're afraid of failing, just remember, sitting at home and overthinking, that's failure in itself. And this is why I recommend combat sports, because it'll help you cure yourself of overthinking. The whole idea with combat sports is that it makes you realize that you only get better once you step in the ring and show the world what you have. Overthinking makes you slow and it's gonna get you hurt in the ring. And that goes the same for life. So please go join a combat sports gym, whether it's boxing, kickboxing, taekwondo, whatever. Just don't do aikido, please. Alright guys, that's it for today. So please like, comment, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my email list. And remember, you're not just any type of nerd. You're a charismatic nerd.